Welcome back. Today we're diving into the world of the 3 pence coin, a small coin with a surprisingly big story. Often forgotten or tucked away in old jars and drawers, some rare versions of this humble coin have sold for thousands of dollars. From rare mint years to shocking errors and silver content, the value of a 3 pence coin might just blow your mind. So stay tuned, because the next time you spot one, you could be staring at a hidden gem worth a small fortune. The 1957 3 pence coin, despite its circulated condition, could be worth an impressive $70,000. If you're lucky enough to have one of these coins in your collection, you're holding a piece of British history that has not only survived time, but has become a rare collector's item. Let's take a deeper dive into the story behind the 1957 3 pence coin. This coin, minted in nickel brass, was part of the British currency system before the transition to a decimalized system in 1971. It measures only 18 millimeters in diameter, but its significance far exceeds its small size. The 3 pence coin, also known as a threepence, was a common coin during the mid-20th century, but as with many old coins, the number in circulation has dwindled over time, especially in such a circulated condition. The design of the 1957 3 pence coin is instantly recognizable. On the obverse, you'll find a portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, who had ascended the throne just a few years earlier in 1952. The reverse side features a classic design of the portcullis with chains hanging from each side, representing the entrance to the Palace of Westminster, a symbol of British governance. This design captures the essence of British history and monarchy, making this coin particularly valuable to collectors who focus on historical and royal memorabilia. Now you might wonder how a coin in circulated condition could be worth such a hefty sum. The answer lies in its rarity and historical context. The 1957 3 pence was part of the last series of 3-penny coins before the UK shifted to the decimal system in 1971, and as a result, only a limited number of these coins were minted. Over the years, many of these coins were lost, spent, or damaged, leaving only a small number in decent condition. This makes the 1957 3 pence particularly valuable, even when in circulated condition. Though the coin may show some signs of wear, like scratches or a bit of tarnishing, it still holds considerable worth to those in the numismatic community. For collectors, there's something special about owning a coin that was actually used in everyday life, especially when that coin is tied to a major historical event. The 1957 3 pence coin is not just a piece of currency. It's a reminder of a time when the British monarchy was evolving and the country was transitioning towards a new era. The 1957 3 pence coin also holds a unique place in the hearts of collectors who focus on the reign of Queen Elizabeth II. As one of the earliest coins minted during her reign, it's a significant milestone for collectors interested in British royal history. Its small size, coupled with the rich symbolism of the portcullis design, makes this coin an especially desirable item for those looking to own a piece of British numismatic history. In conclusion, the 1957 3 pence coin, even in circulated condition, is a precious relic of British history, with a value that can reach up to $70,000. So if you find one in your collection, you're holding on to more than just a coin. You're holding a historical treasure that connects you to a moment in time. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just someone fascinated by coins, the 1957 3 pence is a reminder that history is often found in the most unexpected places. Imagine reaching into an old drawer and pulling out a small coin that looks like it's been sitting there since the 60s. You flip it over and see the date, 1966. At first glance, it might seem ordinary, but what if I told you this simple circulated 1966 3 pence coin could be worth $40,000? Let's dive into why this coin, minted in the final year of the British pre-decimal currency system, has collectors buzzing, and why it might just be hiding in your change jar. The 1966 3 pence coin, often called a threepence, was part of the currency used before the UK switched to the decimal system in 1971. It's made from nickel brass, giving it that signature golden hue. The coin features a 12-sided shape, quite unique and easily distinguishable from round coins. On the front, or obverse, you'll find the young portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, facing right, surrounded by the legend Elizabeth II, DEI Gratia Regina FD. Turn the coin over, and you'll see the reverse side, an image of a portcullis with chains, a traditional symbol of British Parliament. Just below that sits the date, 1966. Now, here's where it gets exciting. Most 1966. 3 pence coins in circulation are only worth a few dollars, but certain rare conditions, minting errors, or coins with unique shades, toning, or historical significance can fetch massive amounts. The coin we're talking about today is one of those exceptional cases. Even though this coin is circulated, collectors are going wild for coins with unusual features, especially coins with unique aging patterns, such as red or golden hues, or even surface corrosion that adds a distinct look. In this case, collectors have spotted 1966 coins with misaligned strikes, die cracks, or doubled lettering, which make them rare variations, and that can mean tens of thousands of dollars at auction. But why the high value? Because 1966 was one of the last years the 3-pence coin was minted before decimalization. After that, the coin slowly vanished from daily life, making well-preserved or era coins incredibly hard to find. Combine that with the fact that many of these coins were melted down, lost, or heavily damaged, and it's easy to see why a rare survivor can draw attention from elite collectors worldwide. There are documented cases where circulated coins with minor errors or unusual toning have sold for $40,000 or more at numismatic auctions. That means this little 12-sided coin could be a hidden gem. So the next time you're sorting through old coins, don't overlook the small ones. That odd-shaped, golden-toned coin from 1966 might be more than just pocket change. It might just change your life. Keep checking your change. You never know what treasure you might already have. The 1953 3-pence coin is one such coin that holds both historical charm and substantial worth, even in circulated condition with a few scratches. If you have one of these coins, you could be looking at a value of $90,000, a remarkable sum for a small piece of history. Let's dive into the details of the 1953 3-pence coin, starting with its design. Minted in nickel brass, this coin features a portcullis, symbolizing the Parliament of the United Kingdom, with chains hanging from either side. The obverse side features the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, who was crowned in 1953, and this year marks a significant time in British history. The design, although simple, carries historical weight. In 1953, the United Kingdom was celebrating the coronation of Queen Elizabeth II, and this coin was part of the currency system before the country switched to the decimal system in 1971. It was used for everyday transactions, making it a common sight in pockets across the country. However, as the years went by and the coinage was phased out, many of these coins were either lost, destroyed, or simply worn down to the point of being unrecognizable. So, why would a circulated 1953 3-pence coin with some scratches be worth such a high amount? The answer lies in its rarity and historical significance. While coins like this one were once common, the passage of time has drastically reduced the number of these coins still in good condition. Collectors are especially interested in coins from transitional years, and the 1953 3-pence coin is particularly sought after due to its connection to Queen Elizabeth's coronation and its status as one of the final coins minted before the decimal system was introduced. The circulated condition of this coin doesn't necessarily detract from its value. In fact, it's the unique characteristics, like scratches or subtle imperfections, that can add a level of charm for collectors seeking the authenticity of a coin that was actually used in daily transactions. The fact that these coins were circulating at a time of great national importance, coupled with their age and scarcity, means that, even in worn condition, they still hold tremendous value. What makes this coin even more fascinating is its place in British numismatic history. Coins from this era, particularly those tied to the coronation of Queen Elizabeth II, are especially prized by collectors who focus on historical milestones and the legacy of the British monarchy. The 1953 3-pence coin stands as a reminder of a bygone era, making it a perfect addition to any collection that focuses on British history or royal memorabilia. In conclusion, The 1953 3-pence coin, with its scratches and circulated condition, is far more than just pocket change. If you have one in your collection, you might be holding onto a coin that could fetch as much as $90,000, thanks to its historical significance and rarity. So take a closer look at those old coins lying around. You never know when a simple piece of currency could turn into a valuable treasure. Now picture that this little piece of history could be worth $60,000. Sounds like something out of a treasure hunt, right? Well, today we're talking about the 1963 3-pence coin, and if you've got one in your collection, you might just be sitting on a hidden gem. The 1963 3-pence coin is a fascinating relic from the time before the UK switched to the decimal system in 1971. This coin was used widely across Britain for everyday purchases, and it's made of nickel brass, giving it a golden appearance. But what makes this coin special, and why could it be worth so much? Let's break it down. First, the 1963 3-pence features a design that's both simple and iconic. On the front, you'll see the profile of Queen Elizabeth II, still young, and wearing the coronation crown, surrounded by the inscription, "Elizabeth II by the grace of God Queen F.D." The reverse side features the portcullis with chains, symbolizing the British Parliament. Now, while most of these coins were produced in large quantities, making them relatively easy to find, it's the condition of the coin that can make a world of difference when it comes to value. Coins that are circulated, especially those that have seen decades of use, are typically not worth much more than their face value, or perhaps a small premium for the year and minting. However, this is where things get interesting. The 1963 3-pence coin, when found in good condition, with a bit of age and wear, and especially if it has rusty patches or an unusual toning, can spark the interest of collectors. These coins that show signs of wear and unique aging have a higher chance of being sought after for their rarity, with examples fetching as much as $60,000 in some rare cases. So, why would a coin with rust and some visible wear be worth so much? Well, the answer lies in the rarity of these specific coins. As time goes on, coins like this one become harder to find, especially in authentic condition with original characteristics, like signs of wear or a rusty tint that could make it stand out. In fact, the 1963 3-pence marks one of the final years before the UK switched to the decimal coinage system. As such, it's often sought by collectors interested in coins that were minted during this transitionary period. What's even more intriguing is that many of these coins were lost, melted down, or damaged, leaving behind only a few in circulation. This scarcity, combined with the distinctive features that rust and wear give, makes a circulated, rusty 1963 3-pence coin extremely valuable to the right buyer. In short, your 1963 3-pence coin could be worth much more than you think. If you find one in your collection, especially if it's showing some signs of aging and rust, it might just be worth checking for any rare characteristics that could increase its value. Remember, coins like these may be hidden treasures right in front of you, and all it takes is a keen eye to spot them.